invested. If you're already in it, I want you to know you've invested, and you have a treasure trove of resources to really get you going and help you build wealth. And there's all kinds of tools and opportunities. There's a variety of different opportunities, but we're going to get you going on the fast track with the automated things because that is the best thing happening. Now, I love this here quote by Einstein. He says, we can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking that we use to create the problem. We need a new way of thinking. And the genius of iGenius is they offer innovative solutions that are like none other. So a little bit about them. They are headquartered inside of Utah, actually, and they have another corporate office in New Jersey, and they have another office in France. So it doesn't matter where you're from. This is an international company. You can leverage the resources and communities all around the globe because people are signing up and coming aboard and gaining access to these resources from all over the world. So this is an international company, by the way. It's not just some guys that just like some startup thing, it's like, no, some harebrained scheme. This is all the way legit. Our parent company is called InvestView, and they're a publicly traded company. And that means everything is above board in terms of the SEC, et cetera, et cetera. Total transparency with everything. You can check them out. And we love to brag that we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. First of all, that's something hard to come by. I mean, super hard to come by. And secondly, it's hard to maintain because everybody's got a grievance about something. So they work really hard to make sure that the integrity is there, everything is transparent. And InvestView itself, as the parent company of iGenius, has a lot going for it. And you can even invest in the parent company, InvestView. More on that later. So the benefits of membership are many. Okay, the first one is education, because we've got to become financially literate. We've got to learn new terminology. We've got to know how to leverage the market. And what's really awesome is we get to access institutional trading strategies that the everyday investor, or what they're now calling retail investors, that's what they call us, just the everyday person, retail investors, we have not have access to these strategies and this artificial intelligence, AI, or sometimes they call it the bot. We haven't had access to that software. So with this program, you are going to get access. And I want to just supercharge you and tell you there's lots of resources, but the most beautiful thing is called Crypto Elite. Now, members with access to Crypto Elite, oh my God, become a client also of a company called Endotech. They're out of Israel. And what they do is they offer institutional trading strategies. So they offer trading strategies to banks and hedge funds, hedge fund managers and retirement funds and so forth. So, when you put your money in a bank, guess what? The bank says, oh, thank you. And then they put it with companies like Endotech, and they put the money to work and make money on your money. And then they shave off a little interest to you in appreciation for your money, for using your money. Well, now with this whole system that we're offering is giving you an opportunity to learn how to invest using institutional trading strategies, which have never been made available before. And also, I'll tell you this, how to create your own banking system. So we'll get to that when we talk about CoinZoom, but this is a super amazing system and you just really got to sink your teeth into it. We are so glad we did. And I am telling you, we will not look back. The minimum to invest in all of the strategies is $1,000. Let's talk about $1,000. What is $1,000? You know what $1,000 is? It's 10 $10 bills, 10 $100 bills. That's all it is, 10 $100 bills. It's on one hand, it's a lot of money. On another hand, it's not that much money. So if we work hard for $1,000, like, hey, that's my $1,000. I do not want to lose my money. Right, I got that. I'm with you. On the other hand, it's not that much money to get access to something that only high-level institutions have had access to before. So you have the ability to set up one strategy and another and another and another and learn how to get your money working for you. Now, when we say you get to develop multiple streams of income, because I'm sure you all have heard that before. Oh, you need to have multiple streams of income. Yeah, sure, we all do. We want that. We teach you how to do it in a completely different way that will blow your wig back using Crypto Elite and the relationship with Endotech. So Endotech, it's a fintech company, financial technology, fintech, and it specializes in blockchain investment. That's the crypto market. And crypto's the new kid in the block. There's foreign exchange, there's the stock market, and there's crypto, baby. That's what time it is. And it's not going away. This is not a fad, it is here to stay. So we need to get on board and we need to learn. We need to avail ourselves of these teachings and these resources so that we can get ahead of the crowd, because the time is now. This is that ground floor opportunity, and the entry point is now. So you are in the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right thing. I assure you. Let me say that again. You're in the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right thing. So you can give yourself a pat on the back for being on this call and for joining up as a part of this community, because this is about educating you so that you're empowered and that you have access to resources that we've never had access to before. So I want to just show you here. Oh, Gemini. Gemini is one of our institutional partners. So it's a platform, because you're going to get introduced to different trading platforms where your money is stored. So it's the leading crypto platform serving corporations. How about that? But now all of a sudden they're opening this up to retail investors. Okay. And I mean, if you just do your homework on it, everybody's using this company. And if you see the name there, Indotech, right in the middle there, they're a part of this whole community of high-level institutions that are partnering, and they're partnering in a smart way. And iGenius has brought about a wonderful partnership relationship with some of the finest companies, and they've made it easy for us, because it can be pretty complicated. Trading, it's a new sexy thing to do. It sounds very interesting. Oh, Forex and so forth and trading. Let me tell you, it can get hairy. And if you don't have the mind for it and the discipline to do it, wow, it can get very strange quickly. Well, we've simplified it. And the Gemini platform, along with the iGenius resources and the Indotech, the crypto elite strategy, has simplified it so you can put your money on steroids. There's that little Indotech, and it's awesome. So now here's another thing that's really amazing. Typically, when you put your money into a brokerage account, the broker's trading it for you and so forth, and you're in a passive mode. Well, here you're going to maintain sole custody of your funds at all time, and your funds are protected by something called API keys. So you're going to, Indotech is going to support you with doing the trading for you, but you are going to maintain custody of your funds at all times. So if you decide to take some money out, you're welcome to do so. If you decide to add some money to it, and I recommend that you do, so that you can keep growing your investments and open another strategy, you're welcome to do so, because you're free. You're not a hostage or at all. If you decide to close it all down and shut it down, you could do so. I wouldn't recommend that, but you could. So you're free and you are an empowered investor. Now, they've got 6 different strategies, and they're bringing aboard a few more, but let's just give you the 6 basic. On the left-hand side, we've got the alpha strategies. These are the high-risk strategies, and they're not available to U.S. investors at this time because they require something called a futures account. So if you know anything about the stock market, there's a lot more to that conversation than meets the eye. So with the US, what we start you off with is the beta strategies. And there are 3 different ones: the BTC beta, the ETH, which is Ethereum beta, and the ETH and BTC beta. That's a combination. And each one of these are trading at different rates. So there's a lot to this. And we want to invite you to get on the calls with Indotech and Mr. Adam Rubin, who is amazing, a phenomenal teacher and support person that keeps everybody completely engaged, teaching them about what's happening in the market so that you can stay on top of your investments. So let me give you a little snapshot. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that these were actually my results. Okay. They say, hey, here's one of our members. Okay. And the results that they were getting. These are my results. Okay. True. So as you can see, July 1st of last year. All right. I came in May, the end of May. So, I put in $1,000 basically, and then 500 open the account, and another 1,000. So that was 1,500, July 1st, as you can see there. And then guess what? From July 1st to August 12th, my money jumped to $4,300. You know what? My eyes just bucked out of my head. It was just a knockout. Look at there, November 24th, it was up to $6,400. And I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing. And the money was growing because of the AI, the artificial intelligence, or we call it also actionable intelligence. It is working for me. Look at this here. January 6th, I'm up to $11,632. Can you believe that? Where do you grow your money from 1,000 or 1,500 bucks all the way to 11 grand without doing anything? No hustling, no struggling, no figuring out, no trading, no trying to figure out what move to make. It's like, no, set it and forget it. Yeah, I do peek, I do check, and then I'm smiling all the way to the bank in the truest sense of the word. Now, here's what I did too. I took out some money, as you can see there on January 27th, and it went down to 7,900. Because what we've learned is that when you get it to a certain point, you take some money out and you invest it in another strategy. And that's exactly what I did. I said, oh my God, I've got it going on here. And then look, oh my God. Just days later, my money was back up to $9,100. And I'm telling you, my account continues to grow and grow and grow. I have 4 strategies available, plus my CoinZoom wallet, plus my Endow. My husband has 5 of these, and we are so super excited. And we're going to start a super shuttle here shortly. So we are loving this, and we are super excited for everybody who's coming aboard. When we introduce this to others, we don't mind sharing our results, and we want you to know too that everybody's results are different. So future past performance does not guarantee future results. Of course, we know that because the market's different. Everybody's investment is different. The timing, there's so many variables with it. So we're not saying this is what's going to happen to you per se, but we want you to know that the automated system is working, and it works if you work it and you participate. And here's another thing. You can't win the game if you don't play. But more important, you can't win the game if you don't know the rules to the game. And the whole point of this wealth building community is to teach you the rules to the game so that you can really play a winning hand and make winning investments. Now, to get in on this, of course, there's an entry fee. So on $1,000, it's $100 as your entry fee. They charge 10% as an entry fee. And they also charge a profit sharing fee, or they require that, of 20% of the earnings. I'm okay with that because they're making money for me in a way that I was never able to make for myself. So we have to really think about that. Some people get hung up on fees, and I'm going to tell you, don't be ridiculous. I give thanks and I give praise, and I am so super excited that my money is on steroids. And I'm happy to reward them because they've got a business to run. They've got technology and all kinds of people behind the scenes that are running this thing, and that's how they make their money. They charge institutions more than that. So at 20% on my earnings, I'm like, okay, and they just charge it on a quarterly basis, and it's okay. Now, they don't take the money out of your account. They send you a little notice and a little invoice, and they say, hey, it's time to do, and they'll give you a calculation, tell you how much is due based on how much your account is earned. And there's a record of everything, every step of the way. Every time this trade is made, you're going to get a notice, and it's beautiful. So I'm happy to pay the fees. I'm like, yay, blessings, thank you, and you should be too. Now, these are some figures here in terms of the ETH or Ethereum, the beta strategy, and what you can make. A minimum of $1,000, okay, and how this can be compounded and how it can grow. In 2020, you can see what they do is they break this down on a monthly basis. January, okay, that it was a winning month, 23, percent. Whose money's growing at that rate? Come on. Banks, what are they paying? You're like 1 or 2% interest, not even that. Okay, February, a winning month. March, there was a losing month. Okay, because there's highs and lows in the market. We have to understand that. Okay, April, you can see there was a winning month. May, a little down. June, a little down. But guess what? Back up in July. That's the market. It's like a little roller coaster. So you've got to know how to ride it out, how to hang out, because you're in this for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. And I've learned not to react to what's going on in the market. I get on the calls with Master Trader Johnny Gaskin. He talks us through things. He teaches us about the fear and greed index and understanding what's going on in the market. So you're not in a reactionary mode. You're not worrying about what happens when some celebrity or person, makes some announcement and Bitcoin goes down a little bit or goes up. It doesn't matter. With this automated system, you put your money in and you cool out and just go back to doing what you're doing so you can keep making money and adding money to the strategy and opening more strategies and let your money work for you. That's what this is about ultimately. So now to get into this thing, you've got to have some skin in the game. It's a $1,500 investment one time. So what you get is for this, lots of other things, wonderful things. Foreign exchange, or something called Forex Thrive. We teach you, if in fact you want to do a little trading in the foreign exchange market, we have two amazing strategies called binary options and Forex, and you get them through what's called Forex alerts. So you can actually do some trading, and we've got a whole educational platform, and we've got master traders that guide you and support you through that every step of the way if you want to do that. Equity Prime. Equity Prime is basically the stock market. We've got three different strategies. The first one's called Trend Pro, and that's trading on the NASDAQ. That's the top 100 tech stocks. Portfolio Pro, this is another stock strategy. And then there's Options Pro. So if you want to dibble and dabble in that, you can learn. And you can do this at your own pace. That's the beauty of it. There's no hurry. And then there's the educational part, which I love. They have a university where these videos are pre-recorded and they're there for you, and you can check them off and learn at your own pace. They've also got something called Money Pro for people that really need to learn a little bit about money management, or how to plan for the future, or how to plan for your children's education, or how to plan for other life events. You know, there's a lots of planning that goes into this in terms of really building a portfolio. So Money Pro is a wonderful resource that teaches us how to do that. And then there's Learn Live, where you can get on with our master traders every week and ask questions and interact with them, and they guide you step by step. Now, see, that's the thing that I really love, and that's what made the difference for me, because I've signed up for other things, and like I said, I've lost money, and oh my God, it's like I felt so stupid and so foolish because I was the one who was signing my husband and myself up for these other opportunities, and they just didn't work out. But when we came to this, we know that we're supported, and we're in the conversation with our team, and we are supported at the highest level. But you got to show up. You got to be in the game. Okay. And again, if you don't know the game, the rules of the game, you can't win. And if you don't play, if you don't put yourself into the game, you know, you can't really, come on, you got to do the thing. I love a quote by Emerson. He said, "He who does not the thing has not the power, but he who does the thing has the power. She who does not the thing has not the power." Ladies, come on. She who does the thing has the power. So you got to get in the game. So it starts by just joining up. $1,500 one time investment fee, which gives you access to all these resources. And it's $175 a month. Now, I don't even think about the 175. It just doesn't even phase me, because now that I've got my digital wallet going, let me tell you, that money comes straight out of there, and it doesn't even phase me. So don't think small. We want you to think big. We want you to think about the future. The future of investing is here, and it is automated. Everything is being automated and going, you know, crypto, and everything's automated. You've got to get yourself ahead of the game. Okay, so these things here, these resources are free, all a part of it. Oh, I didn't even mention the lifestyle benefits. So it's a Travel Pro. So we've got our own built-in travel website, and it's called Travel Pro. And you get up to 65% off on hotels, on airfare, and on car rentals. So, you know, it's all built in. That's an additional benefit, because as you start to put your money to work for you, then you're going to want to do some things. You know, you have a little more freedom. I'm going to Alaska actually for a speaking engagement. My husband's going to fly up and join me. And we're like, hey, should we take an Alaskan cruise? Should we do? But we wouldn't have had that option before, because we got to work. We're slaving to the rhythm all the time. How ridiculous is that? So I love that. And then there's the Wallet Pro. That's your digital wallet. And let me tell you, it's called CoinZoom. I cannot say enough about it. That's an investment platform in and of itself, because it's literally a bank. Wallet Pro, but CoinZoom, it's powered by a company called CoinZoom, is a banking system. And so when your money's sitting in a US bank, it's collecting dust. Let me say that again. It's collecting dust, D-U-S-T. Whereas you take that money and transfer it over into CoinZoom, and you convert it into digital funds. You can buy different kinds of coins, and you can learn how to let your money grow for you. It's like having a magic wallet. I put money in, and guess what? It grows and it grows and it grows. And then I spend a little, and it grows and it grows and it grows, and I spend a little, and it keeps growing. It's like a magic wallet. It's amazing. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm pleased with it, because it's taken our awareness of wealth building strategies to another level. Again, for the first time, we're getting access to resources that only the wealthy have had access to. And I am just so thankful for this, because it's already changed our mindset. Before I was looking for the next gig. I'm a self-employed person. I'm like, I got to get another gig. I'm hunting around. I'm talking to people. I'm sending out emails. I'm smiling and, doing the whole thing, and on social media, etc., trying to get a next gig. My husband, his money, his business thrives. He's a utility contractor. So he is at no loss for work, even during the pandemic. So we're blessed and we're very fortunate and we're good stewards of our money. But again, we didn't have our investment act together. And this has changed the game for us. So with that, I just want to say, you got to do the thing. You got to come on board, get with this. This is a unique, one of a kind opportunity. I've been around, I'm 59. I've seen some things, I've done some things, but I haven't seen anything like this. And again, I know I'm in the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right thing. And I'm going to suggest that you are too. So with that, I am going to stop the video share and we can open this up for any questions that you might have. And Doc, you or Winter, you can open up your mics. If your team has any questions, bring them on.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first of all, while they're gathering their thoughts, and because you literally blew our wigs back with presentation, I love it. I love it. I love it. But while they're gathering their thoughts, allow my wife and I to use two of the least used words with you, and that's thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We truly appreciate it. And so I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, Millicent. So help me with this and just help me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So 2021, that's the current year we're in, correct?
That's correct.
All right. So according to this chart, this is the percentage, right? This is the return on investment so far, just using one of the strategies. Am I correct on that? This is simply the ETH beta strategy, one strategy, correct?
You're correct, sir.
So, Melissa, you're telling me that if we had introduced this to ourselves and others in January, right? Or let's say December and got in on this January trade, our money would have grown 30% that month.
I kid you not.
4.9% in February.
That's right.
13.8% in March.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
April, 30.8%.
Unbelievable, Doc. Unbelievable.
May, 38.8%, right? This year.
This year alone.
Okay, so Melissa, now this is saying just at this point, right? Just at this point, we're at 181.7%. So Melissa, we all know that the minimum capital investment is $1,000, right?
That's right.
Into this ETH beta strategy. So ladies and gentlemen, let me see if you guys are paying attention. You got your thinking hats on. What would your $1,000 be at? Just your $1,000. We're not going back to 2018. We're not going to 2019. We're not going to 2020. Just this year alone, 2021. So I'm gonna do something smart with your smartphone, and it's simple math, right? What is 181.7% return on your $1,000 investment? Talk to me. Help me understand that. Somebody type it in the chat box or unmute. I mean, we'd love to hear your melodious voice. 181.
$1,810.
You're saying I would have made an additional $1,810?
That's correct, sir.
Right.
So my $1,000 would grow to $2,800.
Yes, sir.
Just this year alone. January, February, March, April, May. We're in June. And somebody said, fee what? Concerned about fees. I think that alone has paid for all of the upfront fees, right? One more month like that would take care of your 174 fees, and then the rest is pure profit. Does anybody have any questions, comments, observations whatsoever for Miss Millicent St. Clair. Now is the time. Unmute your mics. We want to hear from you.
Just want to thank Ms. Millicent. I mean, she is wonderful. Love the energy. The information was absolutely awesome. I do want to recommend, since you're going to Alaska, make sure you go on the cruise in Alaska. We loved it. Went there 2 years ago. So I did want to let you know that. And I just love your personality, and a lot of things made sense. And definitely everyone on this webinar needs to do the thing.
Thank you, Winter. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, who else we got, guys? Let's be respectful of our guest. She took time out of her busy schedule, did not have to be here, and we want to hear from you all. Hit your microphones, please.
Hey, I just wanted to say thank you for everything. It was an amazing, I want to put my girl power thing up there. It's good to see a woman up there presenting. So much love and support to you. Very educated, very knowledgeable. And I think that anyone that don't jump on, they're really missing out. I know when we set up our accounts, we were excited to be an investor. We were excited to jump from just self-employed, but it's a little extra. It's not just self-employed, it's like a self-employed with security. Because when you're self-employed, it's really no security. And I thought about it, I've been working for myself a long time, but I never really put up for retirement. And so this was something that had allowed me, and I'm being very transparent. I know some people will say, what? Yeah, I'm just living my life, living for today, living for tomorrow. And so now I'm able to put away some endow and some different strategies to secure my retirement and my savings. And so I did a separate account, one for my savings and one for my retirement, because they're totally two different things. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much, everybody, Doc and Winter, for introducing us to the business, you know, for you guys giving Mike your yes, and for Miss Millicent coming on and just really educating on us and what we need for today's world.
Thank you so much. And listen, I don't know if any of you are planning to come to the summer symposium down in Florida.
Yes, we'll be there.
Yes,
Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to be there as well. And Mike also often has me do things like host, and we have some fun, and I keep the group supercharged.
Wow.
And there's a lot to learn here. So understand too that when you come into this, please, I want you to have the mindset of a learner, because that's my specialty. And you got to lean into it, because there's going to be questions. But you know what? You can't get an answer to a question that you never asked. We got to lean into it, and you got to ask questions, be on the calls, and dig into it. Also, your educational platform in the back office, it is a knockout. We want you to go to the Indotech website, read their content, read their stuff, get on the call with Adam Rubin. He has these calls periodically. Yeah, show up. You got to show up. That's half the thing right there. So thanks for having me. I'm a resource. I've made those introductory videos for you all. And let me say this to you. My first video, if any of you've seen them, says you got to get your digital act together. You got to organize your stuff. You got to sync up your technology with your phone and your computer. I teach people how to organize their tabs on the computer and how to pin their tabs so they can check their investments easily and quickly. You got to have some systems in place, because there's a lot of resources here, and it is a treasure trove, and it's beautiful. But don't have a sense of urgency about it. I want you to have a sense of urgency, but I want you to relax into it, is what I mean, and lean into it. Be on the calls, because every time you hear this, because I mean, I was on these calls for like a year. I was like, I'm getting on and hearing it over and over, so I could understand the depth and the breadth of what I was involved in. And then that call with Johnny Gaskin, have you all been getting on that call?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my God. So he rolls out all kinds of new things all the time. So some of it's repetitive, but we learn by repetition. So you've got to be on the calls. That makes a huge difference. And my husband and I, our relationship, first of all, my husband and I have been married over 20 years. We've never had an argument. I didn't say we don't have conflict, because, you know, like life's full of, you know, all kind of stuff going on, but we don't argue. But this has actually enhanced our relationship, because now with the way we sit together and we're playing the game and we're looking at his wallet, we're looking at my wallet, and we're doing these things together. It is so exciting. And then he sent me $500 today of CoinZoom coins. He's like, hey, I put 500 in your account, because you can Zoom from wallet to wallet with no fee. He's like, hey, I sent you 500. I'm like, yay, thank you. And he's like, hey, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, some coins. We laugh, we're having fun with this thing.
Yeah.
So we're creating a whole new paradigm in terms of what the future looks like for us because of this. This thing has blessed us. And I want you to see my t-shirt. It says, it's fine, I'm fine, and everything is fine. Okay.
Love it. I love it.
Fine, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Love it. Tracy Thomas says, thank you, Miss Millicent. She said, thank you, Miss Millicent. Can't wait to learn the ins and outs of this platform and watch my money make some money. Love it, love it, love it. All right, anybody else? Questions, comments, observations? Now's the time. Unmute your mic. You're in a safe place. There is no silly question. There is no asinine comment. We just want to hear your voice, right? Your voice has power, but only if you'll exercise it, right? So talk to us. What's on your mind?
Hey, Doc. Hey, Winter. Hey, Millicent. It's Tiffany. I just wanted you kind of answered my question already. I've been funding my investment account through Gemini, but my question was, does it matter if I fund it through Gemini or CoinZoom? I put all the 1,000 in all at once. I just put the 1,500 in. COVID hit the whole family. Boom. We've been all off work. So I wanted to know if it matters if I'm putting money in Gemini or CoinZoom. So does that really make a difference?
Okay, that's a really good question.
Me?
So that's a really good question. So CoinZoom is your wallet. Like how you have a wallet in your purse? CoinZoom is your digital wallet. So you want to put some money in your wallet. And when you put it in there, you can also buy other cryptocurrencies or other tokens or coins. You can buy Bitcoin, you can buy Ethereum, you can buy Algo, there's tons of coins you can buy. And on every digital wallet or every platform, all coins aren't available on every platform. Like Doji coin is not available on CoinZoom because they're very selective about the coins that they include and they offer to their members. Not these fly-by-nights or these little, up and down coins. They really are selective, and I really appreciate that. So I've learned these things from Johnny Gaskin, how to discern, how to research the coins. So the CoinZoom is your wallet. And it is a platform to learn how to invest and grow your money all by itself. Gemini is where you put your money in so that you can invest it, and you tie that to Endotech, because Endotech is the automated service that's going to put that money to work for you, and you don't have to think about it. So that's where you put the minimum of $1,000 into Gemini, and then you connect to Gemini to Endotech through your API keys. Once that's established and you pay that 10%, what's called entry fee with Endotech. Once that's done, your money goes to work for you. And then you can go back over to your wallet, put 500 in, put a little bit of money and start buying some coins. Because my husband and I, we distribute our coins. We'll put a high 500 in, 1,000 in, and then we'll buy $200 of this, and we buy CoinZooms, coins or CoinZoom tokens. The other thing is this. When you reach 100,000, they have thresholds. When you reach $12,000, or you get 1% cash back, or 2% cash back, 2.5. When you reach 50,000 CoinZoom tokens, and it doesn't take that much to do it because the coins are like 40 cents. There's hardly anything for the coins. And then I'm at 55,000, what's called CoinZoom coins, and my husband's already at 1,000. 100,000, you get up to 5% cash back on all of your purchases. So not only do you get points, you get cash back with CoinZoom and the CoinZoom tokens. It's a part of its own ecosystem. So what they want to do is incentivize us to use that particular digital wallet. And it's more than just a digital wallet, because there's other ones out here. It is literally a bank, and they insure your money. I believe, up to $100 million.
Mm.
$250,000 FDIC, 100 million with this. So understand that you have something here that most of us don't even know the magnitude of it. I'm still getting my head around it and loving it and learning how to grow my money. Now I'm focused on, let me keep doing what I'm doing because I'm making money and I'm adding to it, watching it grow, laughing all the way to the bank. We go, we spend. Another thing is this, there's tax benefits too that we haven't learned about. My husband and I, because of Noble Mike, we've got friends, we've got resources and people that we introduce you to educate you about all the things that you're not taking advantage of, all the things that you're not writing off. It's just phenomenal. So now when we go and we spend, we're like, oh, it's a write-off. Oh, everything's a write-off. How do you think the so-and-so, big wig so-and-so only paid X number of dollars on their taxes? Because they understand tax law and they know what the allowables are and they stretch it to the limit. So we've got to learn those things too, so that we're educated and empowered investors. That's the whole point of this, financial literacy and becoming an investor at a whole nother level. So our mindset has changed, our perspective has changed, our confidence level has changed in terms of what the future looks like for us. We're like, we're good. We're cool.
Love it. Love it. Anybody else? Now's the time. Questions, comments, observations. Unmute your mic.
Hi, Doc, Winter, and Millicent. I am so excited to be a part of this team. I'm a retired educator, and I have always considered myself a lifelong learner. So this is perfect for me. At first, I was a little confused when I was seeing the webinars being repetitive, but now I understand the rationale. I'm excited about it. I'm learning more and more. The terminology is becoming familiar to me, which will help me understand during this learning process. So I can't wait to meet all of you all in Florida and continue this learning process.
And let me say this, we haven't even gotten into the nuts and bolts of the other investment strategies. We're just trying to put you all on the fast track. Most of you all are already working, or you're still working, and you don't have a lot of time. And we're like, okay, let's fast track them. Just come in at the elite level, put your money on autopilot, learn the system, get your digital wallet going. And then as time progresses, we'll introduce you to the other strategies, because it's all there for you. It's all a part of your membership. But you know what? How do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
Right. Okay, Doc, here's another analogy I love. When you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, do you eat the whole buffet?
Absolutely not.
No, I know some people might try, but we get a little bit and we take it and we eat it and we digest that. And then we go back and get a little bit more and we eat it and we digest that. This is the same thing. You've got a smorgasbord of investment resources here. I mean, it is incredible, but we want you to take it a little bit at a time. Eat a little bit, learn a little bit, digest it, put it into action, learn a little bit more, okay? And so having an educator on your team is going to be awesome as well, because just like Angela Harrell, are you all familiar with Angela Harrell?
Absolutely.
Oh my God, she is phenomenal. She is unstoppable. And she is a high school mathematics teacher, and she started trading foreign exchange, and she helps people with that. And she's also one of the top enrollers. She's like the top female earner in the company. Incredible. And I just love her. So you're going to love her too. And I'm hoping that Miss Palmer emerges as one of your top educators as well in terms of this investment platform. That's what we need. We need all hands on board to help and support and uplift others.
Love it, love it, love it. Anybody else? Questions, comments, observations? Now's the time. We've got a few more minutes and we'll exit. You guys, we're making amazing time. You guys are asking amazing questions, making amazing comments. Anybody else? Anything else? Unmute your mic.
This is Evelyn Bailey.
Ms. Bailey, we can hear you.
Thank you so much. I am just so honored to be a part of this team. Doc and Winter, you're awesome, awesome teachers. And I also have to give a shout out to Coach Nija, and also Miss Millicent. You are awesome. And I learned a lot tonight on the webinar, because I was wondering about that Wallet Pro. So what do I do with that? So now I'm beginning to learn a little bit more and more. And I just see so many things. I mean, education is just key in this business, it looks like. So I'm very brand new, so I'm learning a lot, and I'm just so thankful to be here.
Very good.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
We're happy to have you, Miss Evelyn Bailey. And remember, as it relates to this team, we're all brand new, right? So I got in 33 days ago. You got in 30 days ago, right? So we are all brand new. And I just want you guys to know that we don't want you to be bench members, so to speak, right? I'll use a church term. We don't want you to be bench members. We want you to get in the game. We want you to get in the choir. We want you to be an usher. We want you to be a deacon. We want you to be in the youth ministry. We want you to be on security. We want you to be on the parking lot. We want you to find your niche here on the team and inside of iGenius. Every role is important. Every role is important, up to and including your participation on a webinar. See, ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand that Miss Millicent can do an amazing job, right? Which she did, right? She can come in and she can rain down fire. But when guests are looking, whether they're looking through YouTube or Facebook, or they chime directly in, when you guys sit here like lumps on logs, when I have to constantly repeat myself about questions, comments, testimony, etc., guys, that ruins the experience for a potential prospect. We really need you guys to know that. So she can do, I can do, Mike can do, Coach can do amazing presentation jobs. But the biggest presentation is you, your energy, your commitment, you being actively involved in this presentation. See, if we wanted to do a didactic lecture, then we just do that. We just stream it, and you'd only see Millicent. You'd only see Doc. You'd only see Mike, right? We don't want a didactic lecture. We want an interactive experience for all involved. And I'm telling you, when you guys realize that, when you understand that, when you grasp that concept, your team, your businesses, even your personal affairs are going to absolutely explode in a positive way. Because wealth building is a contact sport. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Wealth building is a contact sport. You got to get in the game. Anybody got anything as we wrap this thing up, guys? 5 minutes and counting before we bring the rocket back down to earth, because Ms. Millicent definitely launched that thing for us. Anybody got anything? Let's unmute, let's rock, let's go.
Doc, I do want to add a little bit to what you just stated in regards to, I think about as I'm looking at this platform, and like you said, if we just wanted to see the speaker, we could do that, but they need to participate in their own rescue, and this is a team effort, and this is a volunteer army as well. But the thing about it, if we decided to have this presentation and just not see Miss Millicent, how many of you all know how not effective this would have been? It wouldn't have been as impactful. I was seeing her talking. So even unmuting yourself sometimes, you're being able to see your face, to know there's real people behind these names and these pictures. Because I'm gonna tell you, when you have that up, a lot of times what's going on, people are doing other things. They're not paying attention. And people that's on as guests is like, well, if this is so great, I mean, you got to understand the message behind it. If this is so great and wonderful, why, everybody's doing something else and distracted? They don't look excited to me. So we got to understand and do a little bit better job than what we've been doing, because I'm just looking at the screen. I'm like, it's too many names just up on the screen. But back over to you, Doc.
Can I add something to that, Winter?
Please do, Ms. Millicent.
I think sometimes people don't know the right questions to ask. So let's ask them some questions. Let's ask them a question like this. Do you realize that you have an ancestral obligation to prosper and break the cycle of poverty? Do you realize that? You have an ancestral obligation. to break the cycle of poverty. Now, the question is, how do you do that? What's your strategy? What's your retirement and your exit strategy? What's your game plan? You know, a lot of people die and don't even have an insurance policy in place. How ridiculous is that? You guys know how that's like passing the hat and so forth. So and that's what Money Pro is so important. It gives us access to think about and to start planning for our future. So sometimes we don't even know what to ask. You know, it's like, well, I don't know. So we can go deeper and wider with this thing if we start to explore the resources and just some like, what's your game plan? And here's another thing. Noble Mike has a website, one of his web pages, and it has kind of like a schema. And I've created a mind map for what's your 30-day plan? Where do you want to be in 30 days? Where do you want to be in 90 days? Where do you want to be in 6 months? So I actually took that and I created a map. And I created a little like step-by-step for myself. And then I achieved those things. And I'm already around to a year. And I'm like, oh, wow, I did everything. And so now with the team, I give them the same little steps. I'm like, what do you want to do in your first 30 days? Number 1, explore the educational resources. Number 2, get connected with the onboarding. Okay. Now there's a lot of stuff to onboard with. Okay. If you're not into social media, you don't have to do all those things, but you got to be on some of the Telegram channels. You got to get connected. So we don't want to overwhelm people, but we want to help them to understand that based on your lifestyle, based on your area of interest, get plugged into the right resources and put those streams to play for you. And then you can grow into the rest of the strategies as time goes on. So, so inquiry, just asking questions. And a lot of times we get shut down because somebody said to us, stop asking so many questions. And then you come along and you're like, hey guys, any questions? But they've already been shut down because there's this thing in the subconscious mind, right? That's there that says, well, I don't even know. Like, stop asking so many questions. And I don't want to be the one to ask. So there's this reticence and there's this hesitancy because we are financially illiterate. You know, there's all these things we don't know and nobody wants to show up in that way. So, you know, it's tough and we have to like figure out what to ask. And that's an awkward space to be in. But I want to encourage you all to remember that we're all learners and this is a learning platform. It's okay to not know. And we're learning together. The master traders are here for you. Your team is here. Just ask the questions and the answers will be forthcoming. We are all learners, lifelong learners. And as I say, lovers of learning. And this is about your money. Okay. You better lean into it because nobody's coming to save us. We've got to say the best helping hand you will ever find is the one at the end of your own arm. So let's get involved. Let's get on board with the team to learn. And it makes all the difference in the world. You'll be smiling like me and my husband. Woohoo!
I love it. I love it. She said her husband shoot a little hot 500. She said a little. So ladies and gentlemen,
Doc and I do that a lot. We always, you know, daily, like, okay, oh, I did this, you did that. And it's just a whole different type of conversation.
It's fun. The conversation is just totally different, right? So ladies and gentlemen, if you are a guest on tonight's webinar, whether you saw this on Facebook, YouTube, or directly here on Zoom, get with the person that invited you out. They'll get you started tonight. The beautiful part about this, guys, listen, you don't even have to fund your account on tonight, meaning you can just lock arms with us. You can do your 1,500. That'll get you in the system. That will get you your access to all of your learning platforms. That'll allow you time to onboard, to get your different accounts set up, et cetera, et cetera. And next Friday, you can fund it with your $1,000 or whatever you choose to do it with, guys. It's a minimum of $1,000, but all of that doesn't have to be done tonight. So if all you have is the 1,500, you're in the right place at the right time. You just need to do the right thing and lock arms with us. So let us help you, let us coach you, let us mentor you to where you absolutely want to be, but more importantly, where we believe you deserve to be. So guys, you have an amazing, amazing night. Do it on purpose. And we're going to see you guys at the top or from the top. But either way, we're going to see you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.